Welcome back to Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. CelJaded playing Tuesday, week 1 of January 2006. This is the second episode in the series and the first episode of SmackDown here in the Shifting Sands 2006 mod. My name is Alex, and I'm about to recap the very first segment here on the very first SmackDown of this save, and it is World Heavyweight Champion Batista welcoming everyone in the arena to the Year of the Animal. So, Batista getting himself some time on the mic here, hits the ring, and just takes this opportunity to introduce everyone to the plans he has in 2006, the asses he's going to kick, the streak that he's going to go on. Batista looking very confident here. The world champion getting a stage to really showcase himself and get this year started off on the right note. So great stuff from Dave here. But before he can finish talking, we've got an interruption here from the boy wonder. So our new authority figure for SmackDown, Vince McMahon, opened the first episode of Raw, and now here in our first segment, Shane McMahon has interrupted Batista and says that he is overseeing SmackDown at the moment here, and tells Batista that he will be defending his World Heavyweight Championship against William Regal tonight. So Shane McMahon, first night in on SmackDown here in a new role and already making waves, booking ourselves a main event match here between Batista and William Regal, which will be coming up later in the show as part of our main event. So interesting stuff here from Shane. What other plans has he got in store? We'll just have to find out later. And then on to our next segment. It is Melina, the manager of M&M, Johnny Nitro and Jerry Mercury, the current WWE Tag Team title holders. And she gives a quick interview here ahead of their upcoming title defense, where she says that her men will be successful in retaining those same championships. So, our gimmick change here for Alina, we just need to quickly resolve that. Okay, great. So that'll get rid of any malices she might be experiencing in the future. Not looking to change her gimmick at the moment. Melina quite well positioned as kind of the sexy manager there of M&M, using her wiles to help them get the victory. So good stuff from Melina. And then the match itself will be M&M defending their titles against Paul London and Brian Kendrick tag team, and that is coming up right next. And there it is. So M&M get the win here over London and Kendrick after Melina interferes successfully and allows her men to get the win, making this their first title defense on this save. So here we've got a situation where the tag team championships across both brands, we are looking to unify those belts, and this is a way to ground the current championships really nicely with a solid win against a good team in a good match here. So some good stuff. Ultimately, like I say, the storyline from here will be much more chaotic as we look to unify those championships. But for now, just a solid defense for the current champions, build them some momentum for the matches to come. And then a quick gimmick change for Kendrick as well, again just to get rid of some of those malices. And yeah, a really nice match here and a good showcase for these tag teams. And that'll hopefully be matches like this that can hopefully strengthen this division in the future. So some good stuff here in this segment. And then afterwards, we've just got ourselves a quick bonus here with Melina, who celebrates the victory that her men just achieved with her help. So interesting stuff there that Melina gets her men the win, and it helps them retain the titles. And yeah, just a little moment here to spotlight them and their success. So good stuff from this team. And next, we have got William Regal taping his fists here as footage of Batista runs on a nearby monitor. So William Regal, at the start of this save, his gimmick got a very poor rating when the gimmicks were first randomized when the mod started. I went and tweaked that, and we've changed William Regal's gimmick to that of a fighter gimmick now. So we're returning to his roots as kind of a tough guy. We've gotten rid of the high society gimmick. We've pulled him away from Burchill. We're going in a completely different direction here for Regal, and attempting to freshen him up with more of a serious gimmick here. So we'll see what he can do with it. And step one, of course, will be facing Batista later tonight. But before that happens, this segment here is kind of to introduce us to his new character. As we can see, he's already studying his enemy coming up later. And yeah, some nice stuff here from Regal with his fresh gimmick already in tow. So good stuff here. Okay, next, we've got JBL, who will shortly be facing Rey Mysterio and Tatanka alongside Sylvan in a tag team match. And this is our first tag team match tonight that is showcasing what will be the brackets for a tournament to crown a new United States champion. So the United States Championship itself is vacant at the beginning of this mod. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not familiar enough with 2006 to know whether there's an injury or something that made that title vacated. But either way, what we're going to do is just keep it very basic, very simple, and we're going to book a tournament with a bunch of mid-card and upper mid-card guys, and eventually crown a new champion down the line. But before we actually get to that tournament, any sort of rounds or qualifying matches for that, we are introducing the 2B brackets with a couple of tag matches here just to spotlight the competitors. So we're beginning here with JBL, who's taunting Tatanka, one of his opponents in the upcoming match. I can only imagine what kind of material he's got to work with there, but so be it. Just a quick segment here, and then coming right up next will be the tag match after Tatanka and Rey Mysterio kind of interrupt. Sylvan joins JBL, and then we got ourselves a tag match. And there it is. So Tatanka and Rey Mysterio here defeat JBL and Sylvan. They get themselves the win. And as expected, Rey Mysterio just absolutely destroys everyone in terms of the performance rating here. So good stuff from Rey. And yeah, there you have it. So Rey Mysterio gets the win over Sylvan. And then after the match, we've got a quick bonus segment to kind of pay off the story, the small story here with JBL and Sylvan kind of arguing over what's going on. So looks like we've got some bad ratings here from Sylvan, probably to be expected considering his overness and well, just kind of mediocre statistics. But we can still use him as kind of a mid-card guy to kind of forward this bracket on, and then yeah, hopefully elevate some of our other stars in the process. So yeah, there you have it. And then moving on, we got ourselves another segment here with William Regal, who kind of getting ready backstage, as we saw earlier, now runs into Chavo Guerrero, and those two exchange words over Regal's sudden fortune. So we can see here the impact that Shane McMahon's earlier announcement has made. We've got a couple of guys backstage kind of running into each other here, and already getting into a disagreement over, you know, was William Regal throwing his lot in with Shane, kind of what's going on there, how did he get this title match kind of out of the blue, just again sowing some seeds of discontent here in the locker room. So Chavo Guerrero, William Regal there, teasing kind of a confrontation, but yeah, just another bonus segment really to get us used to William Regal's new no-nonsense character as well, so that you get to see him interact with someone backstage and kind of realise that the character now is going in a different direction. So that's kind of the thinking behind this segment. Yeah, but good stuff either way from these two. And then we got another freestyle segment here with tension brewing between Finlay and Burchill, who are being forced to team together. So segment rating here is remarkably strong, actually, considering Burchill's lack of overness, severe lack of popularity here on this save. We've got ourselves a couple of bonuses here that are probably paying into that. But yes, this angle is actually built more on the physical side of things because, well, as I've said here, the tension is brewing. This is probably going to be, you know, close to a pull-apart brawl in the backstage area. These two being separated, perhaps, and then they will be joining a partner. imminently now in a 6-man tag, again featuring some of the competitors that will be in our United States Championship tournament. So let's get on with that one. Okay, and there it is. So a mediocre bout for sure on this one, but it was just an opportunity to kind of get a bunch of guys on the card, really. And I'm pretty sure we booked this to be our Wild Brawl, which needs to kind of be booked on this Ruthless Aggression save, kind of in line with what the product was at the time. So it wasn't going to be the strongest match because of that, but at the same time, still quite straightforward with who you've got involved. So there you have it. It is the babyface team there of the New Legion of Doom and Orlando Jordan getting the pin there when Paul Burchill accidentally costs his team the win there. So that leads us to another segment right after. Okay. Another segment right after here with Finlay and Burchill who brawl after the match. So again, their disagreement kind of paying off that little story thread. Again, it's an opportunity to introduce some of the talent that's going to be involved in that tournament. Not particularly strong on this one, unfortunately. Again, probably due to Burchill's lack of popularity. But, you've got to feature some of these guys if we're going to kind of change that situation. And, this is an opportunity to kind of, establish what this story is going to be in the future. Okay, now we've got another segment here with Randy Orton. And Randy Orton is criticising Batista during a backstage interview. So we've got Crystal here, who's come to get some thoughts from Randy Orton here at the dawn of 2006, and probably quizzing him about Batista's promo earlier in the show, remembering, of course, that Randy Orton and Batista used to be running buddies in Evolution. That's probably where that question's come from. But yeah, Randy Orton's actually taken it as an opportunity to knock Batista down a peg, kind of criticising him, running him down backstage. What this is going to lead to, yet to be seen, but there you have it. Randy Orton clearly not pleased with who the world champion currently is, and maybe it's ego, maybe it's jealousy, who knows, but Randy Orton clearly not a big fan of Dave Batista at the moment. And then we got ourselves a very unexpected segment here with Roddy Piper, who joins us for a nice long promo with plenty of stories, no doubt, kind of befitting his skills. And he has come to hype himself, as he normally does, whilst also pledging to enter the Royal Rumble one last time. So the Royal Rumble, of course, one of the biggest pay-per-views, one of the big 4 pay-per-views for WWE. That'll be coming up at the end of January. And Roddy Piper's come with a big announcement, basically, after a story, no doubt, kind of regaling us with some insights and some laughs from his career, and then, yes, at the end of that promo, pledging that he will enter the Royal Rumble one last time. He still has a dream, and he still has some unfinished business, and that's what he is pledging to do. So, if this is to be believed, we've already got our first worker announced for the Royal Rumble match itself, and there you have it, Roddy Piper making a statement here. So good stuff from the master of the microphone, Roddy Piper. And then we've got ourselves a follow-up here with William Regal again, who is calm ahead of his title match now and says it is time for him to get serious. So this is a kind of a follow-on from what we saw earlier, this kind of character change for William Regal, and an opportunity for him to get a quick promo in before the main event itself, which is coming up right next. So this will be the World Heavyweight Championship match between Batista and Regal, and I'm pretty sure that's the next segment. And there you have it. So, a good match here. Batista defeats William Regal in 10:08 by pinfall with the Batista bomb, and that is Batista making defense number 1 of the WWE World Heavyweight title. So, a losing effort for Batista, but certainly, a losing effort for Regal, should I say, but a very good match nonetheless. I think this was our storytelling match of the evening, so kind of well placed there with a guy like Regal, kind of offering some good psychology, no doubt. So some good stuff here from these two. Give us a real solid main event on our first episode of SmackDown. But just before we end, there's a quick bonus segment afterwards as well. And here it is. So Batista celebrating his win with William Regal. Celebrating his win as Regal punches the canvas in frustration. So, Yeah, and a bitter loss here for William Regal, who's just changed up his gimmick and kind of just ready to get serious and kind of really take this opportunity that he's been gifted, and unfortunately he's come up short. So what this means for him going forward, we'll have to see on future episodes. But the most important thing here is a nice, strong win for Dave to establish the fact that he is champion and he's going nowhere. So there you have it. That's our first episode of SmackDown for this save. And what do you know? It's a pretty good rating as well. So yeah, some good stuff here from the competitors on SmackDown. And very much starting this show off kind of where we need to go. So there will be some segments here that we can improve as we improve the popularity of the workers we present and start getting some of these storylines heated up. But overall, a good first effort here for SmackDown. So there you have it. CelJaded plays Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. That was Tuesday, week 1 of January 2006, the inaugural episode of SmackDown for this save. My name has been Alex. Thank you very much for watching. And as usual, don't bother subscribing, liking, sharing, or any of that nonsense. Just have a nice day and be happy. I'll see you next time.